Hi everyone, I'm Deepal, and it's great to see you here today. I really want to talk about how you can have better relationships with your spouse. I know many of you may be married and some of you may not be married. However, this video is going to give you tips on how you can have better relationships with those you love, those that are close to you, your children, your spouse, and anyone else that you find relevant, like your parents. You know, I have learned over time where people have broken relationships. And why does that happen? Well, you're going to find out on this video. So stay with me. My YouTube channel is all about empowering you through science and spirituality. And so I'm here for you. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now, let's talk about why I chose this topic. Improving and having better relationships with your spouse. What can that do for your marriage? And how does that impact your mind and your body? So this is what I've learned. Over the past week, I have learned that even after 24 years of marriage, which it'll be 24 years in March for my husband and I, we have strengthened in some areas, but yet we've weakened in others. And as I have changed, I see that he has changed too, but it's a different kind of change. And you'll realize that people change as you change. For me, it's a spiritual transformation. You know, I used to be a very angry, very controlling person. And as I've been on my spiritual journey or awakening journey, I would like to call it, I have learned so much. And my husband tells me how much I have changed over time and how it's been a better shift for not only for myself, because I'm definitely not going to die of a heart attack anytime soon with as angry as I was, but also for the family. It just was not a healthy relationship for the entire family. So over the years, I have learned how to cope with my anger, how to cope with my feelings and emotions. I mean, before, when my husband and I would talk, I would hold the anger for days. And I don't know how many of you do that, where you hold on to that anger. You don't talk to your spouse. You just hold it all in until he or she comes to you and says, okay, let's talk. What's wrong? Why are you acting this way? Right? Well, there comes a time where you're kind of tired of playing this chasing game and you tell yourself, you know what? It's time to change the way I communicate with others. It's time to be more upfront rather than holding it all in, because trust me, that will take a toll on your body and your mind. Think of every time that you have a conversation with someone and it doesn't go the way you want it to, or it goes off the handle, and you hold on to these feelings and these emotions because now your mind is starting to take a whole other turn and start this mind chattering. Okay? So when you're angry, your heart rate will go up. Things inside your body will shift and your mind will shift too, and start thinking more negative thoughts about other angry times maybe. But when you do this, you'll see this domino effect in your body where maybe an ache or a pain in your body will start to show up. Your head will feel heavy. You might not feel so good. You'll start breathing more shallow breaths. Trust me, you're going to feel constricted. And if this is you, then you definitely need to listen to me and what I have to tell you today, because it's going to help you with any relationship, but especially your personal relationship with your boyfriend or your spouse. your kids. So what I noticed as I have transformed and shifted my energy and thought processes, my husband has too. And it's because he's growing as well. And people together grow, and they can grow separately or they can grow together. But I want to help you grow together, because what happened to me this week was just a little bit of an eye-opening experience, and how I need to start to communicate even more than I was. And what I did was I observed over time how I have been treated, especially in public or even in private. And it's not a bad thing, but it's something that the other person did not even recognize that they were doing. And when I did bring it to their awareness, they became a little offensive. And that's what people will do when you talk to them about it. Like, hey, I think this is an issue. They will become a little standoffish. And it's natural, because nobody wants to admit that they have been wrong. And it's okay. So, of course, I had this conversation with my spouse, and I had mentioned to him that I don't appreciate such behavior. And it's happened again and again and again, and you can choose to believe it and change, or you can stay the same, and this relationship is going to have a lot of downs rather than ups. And in the beginning, during the week, he would tell me that no, whatever, it's not an issue, it's all in my mind. Okay, of course, it's natural to put the blame back on the person, but it's your job to stay strong and not allow someone to put the blame back on you when you know that this is an issue and it needs to be resolved. So during the week, once we had some time to really sit down and talk, I did explain and express how I felt. And that's really, really important to start in your conversation, that this is what this makes me feel like. I feel like this when you do this. Help explain to that person exactly what emotions and feelings are coming up for you, so that they can understand. Because your loved ones don't want to make you feel that way. They love you, but they don't understand what hurts you and what doesn't. And so sometimes you may have to have this conversation multiple times. Now, they'll say they're sorry, but that's not what you want. Sorry will only last so long. So it's time to have them stop saying sorry and tell them that I don't want you to say you're sorry. I want you to understand and change this, because that's what really matters. And it should matter to you like it does me. If you respect and love yourself, you will know what you will take in a relationship and what you will not. And so this is something that I was not willing to continue in my relationship, feeling overpowered. And that's the number one thing in any relationship, the feeling of overpowered. Now, this will mess with your energy system. We all have an energy system. And if you're not aware of the chakras, you have 7 chakras that are part of your energy system. And they help to clear the energies as they come in, but sometimes it's not quick enough. And so they get stuck. So now feeling that overpowered will affect your 3rd chakra, which is located right in your solar plexus, right under your rib cage, right in between. And you may feel an ache or a pain there. Maybe your stomach starts to tighten. Maybe you feel cramps. Maybe your stomach, you're having diarrhea or constipation or nausea or reflux. These are signs that you are being overpowered. Your self-esteem is low. Your self-determination is low. Your worthiness for yourself is low. And this is when we need to take steps and to help you become more powerful and empower you so that your health doesn't get affected, your mind doesn't get affected, and get you to be more vocal, because I know many of you just put everything under the rug or just say, you know what, it'll change. But it doesn't, because have you really communicated what you want in your relationship? So here's the key to having better relationships. It's communication. And not only communicating, but the fact that understanding how to react in a relationship. Because we have to recharge that relationship. So it makes so much difference on how you react and how you process that information. So take your time in processing. Don't be so reactive when somebody tells you something. Learn to take criticism or judgment. Just listen to them. What's the underlying message underneath? What is this person trying to tell you? So I'm not telling you you need to change for the world. You need to change for yourself, but you also need to be able to communicate. And you need to be able to walk your talk. So you can't expect others to change if you haven't changed. So if you're expecting someone to treat you a certain way, I want you to remember, number one, self-respect, and number two, walk your talk. I know so many people that will want one thing, but yet express another. Maybe you're saying, I don't want you to be angry, but it's okay if I'm angry. I don't want you to be so negative, but it's okay that I'm negative. We have to change our thoughts, and we have to change in order to see the change in others. So if you like what you see here, guys, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a lot more to come. And remember, I'm here to empower you through science and spirituality and make sure that you are growing as a beautiful human being and have the best life ever. So check my my things out at anandaforlife.com. I have healing MP3s. They are audios that you can listen to help you with your health issues, your spiritual growth, your relationships. Check that out at Ananda, ANANDA, the number 4, life.com. My website is below, so you could just click on the link. There's also healing sessions, as well as the quantum membership, which is the most popular membership. So check the membership out, and I can't wait to connect with you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all soon.